Indeed, you are powerful, as the Emperor has foreseen.
Come with me.
Obi-Wan once thought as you do. You don't know the power of the dark side. I must obey my master.
I will not turn, and you'll be forced to kill me.
If that is your destiny.
Suit your feelings, Father. You can't do this. I feel the conflict within you. Let go of your hate.
គប់គុំវ៉ាក្រាប់ប៉ុមេความสุขมากเตมายุเตเม Please apologize my pronunciation. What I wanted to say is I'm very happy to be in Bangkok today. Thank you very much. What I want to talk about today, and let's see whether the remote is working, is making the bridge from this little introduction from Star Wars into a question that I would like to put central for today's presentation. And that is, are you prepared to go to the dark side? Now, I'm standing here on behalf of Heineken. We are the world's #2 brewing group. We have around 250 brands, of which those brands that are well known also here in Thailand, Heineken, but also Tiger and Cheers. And we focus a lot actually on this particular topic, how to activate purpose. In order to do that, I could talk a lot about various elements and dimensions of Brewing a Better World, our CSR strategy. I could talk about water, renewable energy, sustainable sourcing, our community approach, or health and safety. But today, I would like to focus on what we consider the business issue #1, and that is moderate consumption and how to deal with alcohol. First of all, some research. We're looking a lot into that. When you take a look at latest research, what you see is that actually there is a growing trend towards the relationship between a brand and the consumers. And when you take a look at the right-hand side, what you see is that there is a lot of untapped potential. Yes, there are certain consumers that are indifferent, that might be interested, that might be even involved. But we see more and more that there are consumer groups that really like to invest in a brand, emotionally invest, and that are committed towards a brand. The interesting thing is that is even more relevant for one group that we call the millennials. They are more likely to advocate for a brand, and they are more likely to defend a brand. And when you look at it then from the commercial perspective, what you also see is that there is some untapped opportunity, that there is a clear majority of buyers that will buy first, and then, if you're doing things right, they will stay local. Now, let's make no mistake. When you look at our 250 brands, and in particular at the Heineken brand, of course, we want to show and demonstrate the great sides. I mean, that's quite natural, certainly for the beer business, because what we stand for is enjoyment, socializing, friendship. However, in order to enter the next stage, in order to become a purposeful brand, we believe that you need to be prepared to be controversial, counterintuitive, disruptive, and to look at the pebble in the shoe. I would like to showcase 2 examples today. One is actually from Mexico.
Evite el exceso. A un hombre no lo define su fuerza, su imagen, su valentía, su coraje, su rudeza, ni su orientación sexual. A un hombre lo define cómo trata a una mujer. Si no la respetas, Tecate no es para ti. No queremos que nos compres. Ojalá nunca nos encuentres. Tú no eres de los nuestros. Tecate, por un México sin violencia contra la mujer.
Now, what you need to understand in order to put this commercial in the right context is Mexico is not just any market for us. Mexico is the #1 market for Heineken worldwide. And Tecate is not just any brand. It is one of the most important brands that we have in our portfolio. Now, when we launched that particular campaign, we worked together around the International Day of Women last year. And yes, what you see is that more than 2/3 of women in the age group between 30 and 39 in Mexico have experienced some sort of violence. And sometimes that is involving also alcohol and alcohol abuse. So what we have said with this brand is, if you don't know how to treat a woman, you're not worth drinking Tecate. And this was a pretty bold move for a beer brand, and something that we see that it is creating a lot of positive sentiment and potential. Now, moderate consumption is something that has a long track record with Heineken. We are not only doing this with global brands, we're also doing this through our local market operations. And I had the pleasure and the privilege yesterday to spend some time with my colleagues in the market to understand what the issues are, but also what we are doing. And together with many other markets in the world, they are doing some great campaigning. What you see here in the back is an initiative around the Songkran Festival, so the Thai New Year in April, where we're actually creating not only awareness for moderate consumption, but we took it one step further and we started to cooperate with 5 local communities. We organized workshops, and during the Songkran Festival, we organized breathalyzers, alcohol test booths, and mobile stations, just to make sure that we appeal to the responsibility of every consumer that when you drink, you don't drive. As I said, this is a key initiative here in Thailand. Incidentally, wouldn't it be great if we expanded those 5 communities where we're doing this work, cooperate with the government, and make 5,000 communities out of that? Beyond that, we also look at our central campaigns, our global rollout of how we want to position brands like the Heineken brand. Some of you might have heard that we have become one of the main sponsors of the Formula One in summer this year. And some of you might have asked, okay, well, how is this fitting together? How can a beer brand support Formula One? Well, I can tell you there are a lot of similarities. It is this passion for excellence, for progressiveness, also for enjoyment. But on top of that, it is also the clear message that both Formula One and the Heineken brand share, that is, stay in control and put safety first. Now, again, very similar to previous campaigns that we have done with Heineken, whether that's Dance More, Drink Slow, Sunrise, or Hero, we have actually not only put that somewhere on a nice billboard, but we've created a whole campaign around it.
standing by the wall, and the guns shot above our heads, and we kissed like nothing.
Drink, sir?
And the shame
No thanks.
was on the other side.
I'm still driving.
We can beat them forever and ever. We can be heroes.
Just out of curiosity, has anyone here in the room counted how many times Sir Jackie Stewart is refusing to drink a Heineken in the spot? How much? No? 8 times. 8 times. Now, make no mistake, we are absolutely unapologetic about the commercial opportunities that we create through global sponsorships, whether that's the Formula One, whether that's the UEFA Champions League, whether that's the US Masters, or any other opportunity. However, what we see is more and more the opportunities that are arising for being authentic and for creating the purpose around a brand. So therefore, I would like to invite all of you here in the room who are also working for brands to raise yourself the question, what's the pebble in your shoe? Thank you very much.